Hey you guys. Digging through my archives, so to speak, I came across another video. This is actually a bunch of videos where I was trying to diagnose what was wrong with the 2003 Honda Civic EX, the EM2, when I first got it. I had bought it in South Carolina from Georgia, and I drove it from South Carolina home and got into downtown Atlanta and had the dang thing overheat like nobody's business as soon as I hit bumper-to-bumper traffic. And again, this was the day that I bought it. I believe somebody had attempted to do leak stop after we went through everything with the mechanic and that. Originally, I had found some gunk when it first overheated in the radiator. What ended up happening is I attempted to change the thermostat, change the radiator cap, make sure the fans came on while the air conditioning was on, all the normal things that you do. It wasn't helping. As a last-ditch effort before I threw in the towel, I went and bought some white vinegar and attempted to do a flush. First I pulled the radiator out and flushed everything with water, and I got some debris out of it that made me think maybe there was something clogged in the system. Potentially the radiator was clogged. That's what happened on my Del Sol. It was some type of weird calcium type white flaky stuff that was all up in the Del Sol after it had sat for a little bit. Anyhow, flushing its radiator out and doing the thermostat and the radiator cap fixed it. I didn't have any more issues with it, so I attempted to try that on this guy, hoping that that would make the difference, but it did not. I'm going to put some of the testing and cleaning and whatnot that I went through with it, clean the engine and everything of any oil deposits, because there were a lot of oil deposits on it from the, somebody didn't change the seats and the valve cover for the spark plug tubes, and it was leaking horribly out of that. In fact, two of the spark plug tubes were full of oil. So there was a lot that was going on mechanically with this car. But anyway, these are the videos of me going through the coolant system and get it back on track. But ultimately it failed. It did have to go to the mechanic, and I'll throw in at the tail end some of the pictures of what he found. But it's his best guess that somebody did put leak stop in it and they did it incorrectly. At best, that stuff is a temporary fix, but if it's done wrong, it can cause all kind of problems. Like in my case, it clogged up the heater core, so I had to have the whole dash and everything pulled out. It was super expensive, very annoying for when you first buy a car, but I went ahead and replaced the radiator just for good measure with Mishimoto, if that's the proper way that you say it, with one of their solid aluminum. Very happy with it. It's been great. So I had that head gasket replaced and everything was fine with it. So that was indeed the problem. Somebody did try to cover it up for a quick sale. Whether it's the guy who sold it to me, I don't know, or his brother who had given it to him to sell. So anyway, that's the background story for the next clips that you'll see coming up. All right, y'all, take care. All right, radiator test. While we're waiting on the thermostat to heat up. Come on, gun. There we go. Up in the hundreds, 98, now we're dropping to 91, 87, 86, 76, 64, 57, 49, 46. So there's almost a 50-degree sweep in the radiator. So, and then that's weird. Maybe that's because of the inlet. Let's see if I can do this the right way. Here we go. Radiator out of the EX Civic. I don't know if any more will come out, but I just got some big white chunks that came out. That's just out of the lower part. Of course, it's probably not going to give us any fun stuff to video because I'm videoing. What had me concerned is there was chunks of what looked like carbon in the neck of the radiator. Right down in there, you can kind of see. Let's see if I can get any. There. All that gunk is baked all over the sides. And in reading, they say that's when the hoses break down. But I don't know if that stuff can clog things or not. Anyway, I did get a big old white chunk of calcium, or it looked like that, but I mean, that's a rock in the driveway. It broke up in my fingers, but it was a big white chunk that came out immediately. Well, I'll keep cleaning this thing. The radiator's been cleaned out all day. Did a lot of cleaning on the motor. Get rid of a lot of the oil that was down back in there. Cleaned up back there. Back around in here. Hoping that'll let me know if there's an oil leak, because I'll see active oil. But all those areas I cleaned that I was zooming in and out if you couldn't hear me over the engine. But yeah, that's all the black gunk. I don't know what that is. It's not oil per se, because it's like flakes. So I put vinegar in it. And you see where the line. So about a half a gallon was all that would fit in the radiator. And I'm going to let it run with that until the air bubbles stop. So hopefully get all the air out of the system. And then I'll let it sit overnight, and then I'll drain all the vinegar out tomorrow. Do a couple flushes on it with distilled water. What's got me nervous is all those little bubbles coming up. I pray I don't have a head gasket blown, because that's just weird. Okay. That's what's happening when you rev it up. Now she's calming down. Lower hose is awful cool. Whew. Sucker's having all kind of fun. But I put a Honda thermostat in there, a 170. Good Lord, I've never seen a car do this before. No. Okay, signing out to put a top on this. I turned on the air conditioning, but
Jeez.